My story is one that starts where I was in the gym training 10 hours a day, and I loved my job, but you just can't stick with that too long for so many reasons. I had also began CrossFit. I wanted to try something new. Went too hard at it, too fast, and I had a pretty severe back injury, and I had gone to chiropractors and massage therapists, and nothing was working, and the chronic pain just wore on me. And so that launched me into looking into more nutrition for healing. And then about that time, I got a call from my friends who had gotten their hands on this technology. And they said, you've been practicing a ketogenic diet. How has that been for you? And I'm like, it's pretty extreme, but it's the first thing that I have found that's been healing this pain, and that has been enabling me to get back to normal. I was desperate to find something that got me out of pain and put me back to feeling like a 30-year-old who could function normal. Within weeks, my pain was gone. We're seeing a lot of really amazing stories come out from the fitness world with people doing what they've always done and now adding this in, and the journey's just not as hard as it used to be. It's my dream job to help people, and now I've found a way to stay at home from my computer and do it and be with my daughter and help provide for our family.
I mean, to just see what this company has done in such a short time, it's unbelievable to just know that we get to help people become better. It's amazing.
And to meet the CEO and all the founders and to the heart behind the company, it has been amazing and just truly a blessing to our family.
Yeah. It's been awesome. We've got 4 kids, tiny, and my wife stays at home, and what's been such an amazing blessing to us is just not the financial side, but the fact that we've gotten to help so many people just get better. The stories come in day after day, text messages, Facebook messages, they come in from all over the place. And so it's just a true honor to be able to partner with such an amazing company.
Yeah, we can't help but share it. It's been super easy. It's been a blessing for us, and we just have to share it with other people. And so it's amazing to hear the stories and to hear how it's helping others.
So about 12 years ago, I actually went into the paleo lifestyle, and I started in that model. The whole time kind of questioning where I was going, because being a recon Marine or former recon Marine and an elite athlete, I had been in situations where I've been starved, where I've had sleep deprivation and nutritional deprivation, and I've been in a state of ketosis before. So I started eating all this food that was paleo. It's all healthy food based on what I knew at the time. And I wasn't getting all the results I really wanted. And then over the years, I started studying more about the paleo man, more in-depthly than just the food they ate, but just the lifestyles that they lived. And I started learning more about ketogenic diet, which is that puts your body in a state of ketosis, or almost like it feels like a food deprivation without starving the body. But trying to stay in a diet like that long term is extremely difficult, extremely hard, and especially when I'm trying to ask my clients to do the same thing, because they wanted to go to a wedding and enjoy themselves, but they kept kicking themselves out of ketosis and they were losing the benefits. About a year ago, in last October, I met Michael Rutherford. He actually asked me, hey, can you put me in a state of ketosis? I'm like, absolutely. And about 2.5 weeks into this, he comes to my office, and after I measure his body fat and do all my analysis on him, and he lets me taste one of the original Keto OS products. After 6 weeks on the product, I've leaned out 12 pounds. I feel better. I move better. After all my injuries in the past, my joints are just not achy anymore. And ultimately, I have just more stamina throughout my day, and I have the ability to focus with each individual client much better than I ever could before, giving them more attention that they deserve. Most people it takes 3 weeks or sometimes even 4 weeks to get into nutritional ketosis because of the behavioral changes that go along with that. Now, with utilizing the product, I'm able to give them a therapeutic dose of ketones, which gives them the mental clarity, the focus, the energy, so that they can enjoy the ketones as I transition their diet towards a dual fuel diet, and getting them feeling better, in the zone faster, and enjoying their life much quicker without all the frustrations.
I was first runner-up for Mrs. Kansas, Mrs. Leewood. I have a passion for health and fitness. I have a platform of obesity awareness, specifically childhood obesity, because I eat a vegetarian diet. I have not adapted a ketogenic diet, and it works well with me. I'm very conscious of what I put in my body. No chemicals, no GMOs. I like to know where my food comes from, and I've been taking it for about 7 weeks now. And I'm a mom of 2 children, small children, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and so I am constantly on the go. The things that I've noticed are increased energy, and it's not like a stimulated energy. It's very consistent, but I also noticed that I don't have to try to maintain my weight. It just is maintainable. And so this product in my life is very valuable to me. I'm Brittany Carrier. I'm Mrs. Kansas, first runner-up, and I prove it every day.
Production company and an ad agency for 17 years. And, we just busy all the time. And then we added kids to the mix, and then we have 4 kids now. And so after being on the keto product, I can tell you that it's not just the fact that I have more energy. It's not the fact that I have a weight loss benefit from taking the product. But what it does is just to be able to put yourself in a mindset and a mood that you move into the house now at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock after a long day, and your kids are there and you're present. Like, you're mentally present. You can just be a better dad. You can be a better husband, and you get to fulfill the life that is really what you want anyway. I mean, we always look for ways to spend more time with our family. I needed to lose weight, but that wasn't the main reason that I'd even try this product. 2 weeks later, I'm down 10 pounds, and I'm sitting going, man, this is just unbelievable. But after the 8th day, something really amazing happened. It's like my body made a shift because I had more energy than I've had in decades, and I still have that today. One of the things that's awesome is that you get a product in someone's hand. They can feel something, and they want more of it. And it's even better when I can tell you, hey, I know this is going to do something in your body, and you can take a ketone test in 59 minutes and know that your body's actually doing something. This product is the easiest one to move out because it's the only one that I've ever really been focused on the product. Based on the product alone, you can go build a big business here.
Months ago was the first time I'd ever heard about high-fat diet and about getting your body into ketosis and all the benefits that came with that. And it made perfect sense to me logically. So I'm like, let's try it. I want to see what's going to happen. So I started the high-fat diet, and the first thing I noticed was my brain. Like, I remember feeling like more focus and more energy, and just I got addicted to that. I loved it. And so I started doing that, and it was awesome. Then I started to try to get my body into ketosis, which is a lot easier said than done. I tried that process over and over again for probably 7 or 8 months and just could never get to the point where I was, but I felt good, so I felt really happy about it. I mean, after doing that for almost a year, I was like, well, I wonder what, like a lot of friends I know have been losing weight. I don't know if I am or not, so I want to go check. And so went and got my body fat tested, and my body fat percentage actually gone up quite substantially. It was almost a 26% body fat, and I was just like, I didn't feel good about that at all. And so I finally decided, even though I'm getting these amazing benefits from the high-fat diet and those things, like, if I'm not losing weight, like, I can't keep doing it, especially if I'm gaining weight. And so I stopped. And about 2 months later, one of my friends called me and started talking about, like, ketosis and why this is so great. And I was like, I know, but I tried it. It didn't work for me. And so I said, well, I need you to try this thing. And he sent me out 3 sample packs of a product called Keto OS. I was like, all right, I'll try it out. So I remember the first morning, I was on the run. I didn't have time to eat breakfast that morning. And I opened up the pack, and I mixed it up, and I drank it. And the first thing I remember, like, it tasted like really, really good. I was like, this is like drinking candy. Like, there's no way this is good for me. So I drank it, and then I went through that day. And that day, I didn't have time for lunch and everything. I got home like at 4 or 5 o'clock at night, and I remember I was doing a bunch of stuff, and all of a sudden I stopped, and I was like, I wasn't hungry all day long. I had tons of energy, tons of focus. I was like, there's something to this. I got to keep trying it. So I tried my 2 other sample packs, and at that point I was hooked. Like, I was like, this is awesome. But I was out. So I was trying to get some more. It took me almost a month before I got some more. And so when I got it, I said, I'm gonna try this with the high-fat diet and see if it does anything, because they go hand in hand. So I started doing it and started mixing it and went back to this high-fat diet again. And this time it was different, though. I got the same feelings. I felt the same. The energy and the focus and stuff was there. But this time I started losing weight. And when I started this process, I was over 220. And it started dropping, boom, boom. And every day I get on the scale, and I lose like a pound, then a pound and a half. And I was like, there's no way that it didn't make sense, but never in my life lost weight consistently like that, boom, boom, boom. And I remember the time I dropped below 200, and I was like, I haven't been below 200 pounds in probably 3.5, 4 years. And so then I told my dad, and I told my friends, I started telling everybody, all these people about it, and they start taking it. I started sending them sample packs. And just try the sample packs. If you try those, like, first off, you'll see how good it tastes. And second off, you'll see how you feel. And third off, you're probably going to lose weight. My dad was the same thing. He lost 1.5 pounds the first day, then a pound, then 1.5 pounds the third day. And he was like, I need more, give me some more. And it's just been awesome. And so I am a huge believer in it now. For whatever reason, using Keto OS with the high-fat diet, like tying those two things together is what worked for me. Just as kind of a final test, I went in recently to go get my body fat percentage tested again to see, like, I'm losing weight, but is it affecting the body fat percentage as well? And I dropped over 7% body fat during this period of time. You know, I don't drink coffee or things like that. I know people wake up and that's what they look forward to. For me, it's Keto OS. Wake up in the morning, I mix it, I drink it, and for the rest of the day, I just have that energy and that focus. And I know that the next morning when I get on the scale, I'm going to have lost some more weight. And so that's why I love it.
My name is Christine Frandra from Minnesota. They started this community in Minnesota, and we are just have this passion about it. It's more of connecting with people, getting to their level on things, finding what they want, finding their it, and then asking them to prove it.
For me, one thing that I've really wanted to do as I started building my family, my wife and I have been married for 6 years, and we finally had our first baby. We finally had our first baby girl. And I don't know if you've had kids before, you know what it's like having one. And I know a lot of men put on kind of baby weight with the wife, and I put on a ton. And it's kind of been happening over the years where I had put on 30, 40 pounds. I remember bringing Stella home for the very first time and thinking, oh man, I got this. And physically my back hurt. And because my back started hurting, I started hunching over, which was causing my legs to hurt, my knees to hurt, which was causing me to not be able to put Stella to bed. And it just, that, I'm not kidding, that was a big deal to me. I was sweating. I don't know if any of you have any weight to lose, but the heavier you get, the more you sweat. And the more you sweat, the more uncomfortable you get, the harder it is to put down a child. And I know I'm kind of harping on this part, but that was my new world. So I go meet a friend of mine. He flies in from Louisville, Kentucky. We meet in Orange County, and he's got an unmarked little baggie with white powder in it. I'm not kidding. So I'm going, interesting, going to be a fun meeting. So we pour it in some water, and we drink it. And 15, 18, 20 minutes into it, physically I felt different. I looked at him and I go, I need a lot of this product. And he goes, well, I hope you let that sample last because we don't have any more. I had no idea. I was that ignorant on the topic of therapeutic ketones and I'm like, dude, I don't know what you mean, but whatever that was in that drink tasted delicious, and it made me feel like Superman in about 20 minutes. So make some more of it. Here's my address. Send it to my house. I mean, I've lost 44 pounds on this product with the lifestyle that we've created, with the environment and the education that we've provided. People want what we have. Use the product, get a result with it, and just let your body do the sort of storytelling for you, and it ought to naturally, grassroots, sort of organically grow. To me, that's everything that's worked for us, is we've just kept it simple and had fun with it and just personally changed. I could have cared less what I looked like in the mirror because it wasn't about that. It was about, could I be a better dad? And it all came from one of my friends literally giving me a sample, an unmarked sample in a baggie with some water. I shook it up and drank it and went, that's awesome.
Well, I actually found out about Ketones Improve It through Brian Stites and also Abigail. And Brian wasn't really one who really endorsed a lot of products. So when he started really taking it, I was like, okay. He was like, it's different from any other products you're taking. It's not just a protein, it's not just fish oil. It's like the thing. And so I was like, okay, then I have to try it out. As an elite athlete, I train at least 2 to 3 sessions a day, and those span about 1.5 to 2 hours. So especially coming towards the end of a week and long hours at school, working and training, it's hard to stay focused and really get the most out of my training. And ever since taking that stuff, I realized my focus has been a lot better. I'm able to have more endurance and just making sure all my movements are precise, especially with Olympic lifts. They're really technique based, so I really need to make sure everything counts every time I do a rep. And now taking it, I don't feel as stiff, I don't feel as sore. My recovery is a lot better, especially after a lot of heavy workouts. I used to sometimes still feel it right after. I don't feel that now. Hi, I'm Janelle Schaefer. I'm 5th in the world at USA Olympic weightlifting. I also have gone to University Worlds in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and represented Team USA, and I prove it every day.
Yeah, I'm 45 years old. I have 2 kids. I'm a single mom, and I'm just not happy with myself. I feel like there's a lot of things that I would enjoy doing with my kids if I felt better, as far as having the weight off. I love going to the beach. And obviously, that's not fun when you're 40 pounds overweight. I ate the wrong foods, not a lot of food. So I love sweets. I love carbs. I would skip eating a steak if it meant I could eat dessert. My family has hereditary heart disease and high blood pressure. So I was trying to find something that I felt comfortable with doing as far as lifestyle change, diet, whatever that I knew I would stick to. So I found the ketogenic lifestyle, and I thought this makes perfect sense. And then I totally just stumbled across this product as I was researching it. I started the product 3 weeks ago Tuesday, and I've lost 10 pounds. I have not at all been strict with my diet, so I know I can do a lot better. I've seen people who have had amazing results, and so I have a lot of hope and faith that it's going to happen for me, and it's really been easy. You know, I'm getting married in a month, and so my fiance works his butt off in construction. Like, I hate to see him work like he does, and they just don't make a lot of money. Part of my why in this is I really want to be able to retire him. I want to enjoy life and enjoy it somewhere that I love being, and be able to do things for my kids. So, you know, there's a lifestyle to this too that I'm looking for, you know, above and beyond just getting healthy and losing weight. It's about enjoying life and living your life out to the fullest.
What got my attention is I heard about all the energy that people were having, but naturally I was kind of cautious about it at age 75. My son was the one, and I thank my God above, miracles happen. And I think being at the right place at the right time, you can be blessed. And I believe that with all my heart. So it was Gene Wright through knowing Rob, and all of a sudden, that's the way things got started. The main thing is the product taught me how to eat, and that's something I had not done. I didn't know how. I didn't know what my body, and I had cravings for sweets, sugars, and stuff like that. And I couldn't, you know, sometimes when it hits you that way, you just gotta have it. But I found out taking this product, it makes it very easy for me to turn down sweets. No problem at all. It's almost as if the clock was wound back on me 15 years. I can remember when I was 60, and that's the way I feel now, even though I'm 75. I'm Mr. Washington, and I prove it every day.
As a medical professional, you always hear about, why did you become a doctor? Well, I want to help people. Well, you know, I'm not going to say that was my only reason for being a doctor. I'll be honest with you, over the course of my 20 years as being a doctor, I've gone from, you know, that altruistic attitude that's why I wanted to do that, to more of like, you know, I've kind of gotten jaded by the medical community in a lot of ways. And that, all you have to do is look at the internet, look at any news feed, and you'll see that there are a lot of things going on in medicine today that kind of make a doctor wonder why he came into it in the first place. And what fuels my passion now, again, is more of human performance and preventative lifestyle modifications. Look up in the medical literature or even in nutrition literature, neuroprotective effects of ketone bodies. It's there. So I just started getting more and more into the weeds. And about a week later, I hear there's a company that actually launched, and their product is based on ketone bodies. And so obviously I was excited. I wanted to say, hey, let me try this out. And sure enough, I got an invite. It's very exciting, first off, to use a product and then be able to prove that it was in my body within an hour. That's unheard of in any supplement company or in any company out there that kind of delivers, unless you go back for multiple tests, but within an hour, that's amazing. We've got an increasing incidence of childhood obesity. So this product comes with a community. It doesn't come with just what you use, right? It comes with a community of knowledge. And that community of knowledge is teaching us how to live a more healthy lifestyle. So that in itself is going to change the way I think children are brought up. If we can educate the community and continue to build a healthy lifestyle, it's just going to percolate down to the next generation. That's my passion. It's just trying to steer us in the right direction, and now we have a product that's actually provable. I mean, it's unheard of.
So I'm Dr. Andrea Campitelli, and for the last 10 years, I've been working with clients and patients of mine, helping them move towards more paleo and ketogenic lifestyle. And the ketogenic diet is so hard to stick with. That's why I love the amazing new technology we have. So I can give my patients something in their hand that they can take, and they can see within an hour that their body is in ketosis and that it's actually working. So they don't have to stick with such a strict regimented diet like the ketogenic diet. They can still stick with the paleo diet or something a little bit different from that and still experience the amazing benefits, which is wonderful. So I do think that the struggles I went through in my mid-teens did influence my choice in the way I practice now and my choice to become a doctor. I really didn't think it should have taken me over 5 years to figure out why I was so unwell. It really shouldn't take that long. You should be able to make some simple basic changes in your lifestyle to feel better. So that really influenced and impacted how I wanted to practice, how I wanted to treat my patients, and how I wanted to help people get better. So the gluten intolerance, looking back, it impacted me right from when I was little. It used to be a joke in my family that I always had a little, a tummy. So it was a joke. They used to laugh about why I had that. And then as I got into my mid-teens and older, I would realize, I don't want to go to a beach. If I'm going to go put a bathing suit on, I just won't eat. So I just wouldn't eat anything because I didn't want to be, bloated or feel unwell while I was there. So it really impacted my life that way because I think, I just won't eat anything because I didn't know what was causing it. So if I don't eat anything, I'll be fine. So it really played a big impact that way. And then when I finally figured out what was wrong, it just sort of changes your life.
As far as my own journey, I've been a strength coach for the last 7 years. My education background is nutrition and kinesiology. And as far as, the things that I've done specifically, I've done a lot of bodybuilding in my background. I've done a lot of powerlifting, and I've just recently started CrossFit. And along the way, I've done lots of carb cycling, lots of high calorie, low calorie, always seeking for that the best way to perform at the highest level possible. And here in the last few years, I've really seen a lot of transition into, maybe high fat is better for performance, or high fat, low carb, maybe not so much carb cycling. And so when I learned about keto specifically, and then target keto, I understood what it meant to really truly perform better and tap into what the body's capable of. And so then I started to hear about these exogenous ketones. And once I did the research and once I tried the product, it was a very simple decision because if you're able to tap into that potential and then raise your potential by utilizing this incredible tool, it makes so much more possible, whether it's in life and whether it's in the gym. It really doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, you're going to be doing it better than you've done it before. And so I really connected with that. I think people all over the place are going to connect with that, whether they're active, whether they're not, whether they're healthy or sick. This is going to prove it to everybody.
The Prove It story is, really, I think, kind of cool, just because the name Prove It, a lot of people are associating that the name is in relationship to our initial ketone operating system product, because you can prove that it's working in your body by doing a simple urine test or a blood test within 30 minutes. But Prove It is more of a philosophy, and it actually came from a good friend of mine who wanted to start an apparel company, and he wanted to name it Prove It. And I came downstairs one day, saw him had on the shirt that said Prove It. I said, "What's that about?" He said, "Well, it's a philosophy." And I said, "What kind of philosophy?" He said, "Well, just think about it. I mean, we all have more in us to give." And he said, "But sometimes we have to challenge ourselves to do more, to be more, or to use more of our potential." And he said, "So I want to start a cool apparel company." And I said, "No, that's really interesting." I said, "Well, like what?" He goes, "Well, just think about it, Brian. You say you want to lose weight? That's great. Prove it." He said, "You say you want to be a better dad? That's great. Prove it. You say that you want to make $1 million. Well, that's great. Prove it." So if you really look at Prove It from a definition perspective, we look at prove as to demonstrate what is real or to manifest. That is the definition of prove. And it would be your dreams or your goals or your purpose in life. And so what we feel like is if we can develop a community that is in the pursuit of demonstrating what is real, proving, if they're in the pursuit of manifesting their dreams or their goals, through that pursuit, that action, that's what's going to inspire others to do more and be more. And so, and I think if anyone just thinks about what inspires them is when they see greatness occurring, and they realize, hey, wait a minute, I can do this too. What one person can do, another can do. And so, Prove It to us is not just about proving that a product works or just about evidence-based product, but it's also about a philosophy of, how can we empower other people to be the best version of themselves? You have so many people that are wearing these fit bands, right? Because it's a challenge to themselves, a constant reminder, to get out and move or to walk. And so it's really me versus me. And so with our community, we don't want to just go out and sell products. That's kind of old paradigm. I don't think anybody wants to feel like that they're heavy-handed sell anything, but more so that we want to create a community that through our stories inspire other people that want to participate and purchase our products and our programs and, participate in the movement of what we're doing or what we're creating. So that's kind of the philosophy of Prove It. Keto OS, the ketone operating system stems from people wanting more out of life, really. Because if you think about better, what is better, right? Do people want better energy? Yes. Do people want, better vitality? Yes. Do they want better sleep? Yes. But what is better? So you take a look at the supplement industry as a whole, and there's been billions of products that have been sold through the years under this premise that if I take this product, I'm going to get better. With ketones, you can actually measure ketones in your blood. And so whenever you take our product, it puts you in ketosis, which gives you elevated ketone levels in your blood in less than 30 minutes. What our product does that's never been done is it gives you the ability to be in ketosis in 30 minutes or less without going through a starvation diet or, a low-carb diet. We want a community of people that buy into the philosophy of, proving it every day. Try the product, prove it to yourself if it works or doesn't. If you like it, then participate and enjoy the benefits from it. And what we've always found in our marketplace today is if someone enjoys something and they have a great experience, they're going to be excited and talk about it. But it's going to be at a natural level and not at a unnatural pursuant of, is there a hook? Is there some reason why he's talking to me about that? So our approach is just be who you are and share the product. And if you like the product, that's great. You'll come back.